Hello, everyone. After reading this week's reading, one of the things that caught my attention was the romantic notion. It is that a children has a natural propensity to learn, but is that impulse is crushed by unnatural, deafening school routine. I have to admit, I was influenced by this as a child, as I had ADHD, so this did fall in line with my mom believing, oh, he needs more attention, he can't quite learn school because he's not getting enough focus. And so one of the programs that did actually have an influence on me was actually Hooked on Phonics. Um, it was basically teaching me how to read, but in a school setting, I didn't quite get that attention. So my mom did quite believe that Hooked on Phonics could work for me. In the end, it did actually work for me, but I think it was more or less not so much the program, but the fact that it had a system that I could actually see from start to finish. Okay, on day one, I work on this. On day two, I work on this. On day three. So the romantic notion of Hooked on Phonics that your children can read basically became a uh, prophecy because it could actually show me what I need to do step by step. So in other words, it was a really well planned out lesson, and not so much the fact that it will teach your children to read. As you remember from those 90s commercials, Hooked on Phonics worked for me, is what also inspired my mom to buy Hooked on Phonics, because it was that romantic notion that he could learn phonics through this program, in which it did, in which I did learn phonics, but I think it was more because the thought out lessons rather than the promise of you will learn phonics. So this is one thing that did catch my attention, was the romantic notion kind of is a self-fulfilling prophecy if it's well planned out. And so it leads into the further belief that, oh, this program is backed by neuroscience and this program is backed by research. But in reality, it may not even be backed by that. It's just the fact that it was just a well thought out lesson plan. And the fact that I could actually see the structure on how it progressed for a second grader made me actually say, oh, I can do this. Whereas in a lesson, or as in a school setting, you don't really know when the lessons end because they're happening week after week after week. So it just kind of blends and meshes. But with Hooked on Phonics, I knew it was a 5-week program. I knew if I did it for 5 weeks, the promise would actually say, oh, okay, 5 weeks, I can work, I can read, and the possibility of a reward may come down the line. So that made me want to learn. And basically that romantic notion basically became a self-fulfilling prophecy. That's my thoughts on it, and feel free to ask me questions. Thank you.